Kibagendi. Osero, you are not Kibagendi, are you?
He borrows my name sometimes.
Order. You are known in this house as Osero. Take your seat.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. It is the classic case of the skunk calling the pig stinky. The president, who himself bears responsibility for questionable governance decisions, erred gravely in issuing a blanket condemnation of this august House. While Parliament is not without flaws, indeed, dismissing it wholesome is unfortunate by the head of state, and hypocritical, and an affront to the very democratic institution that gives legitimacy to the presidency. Constructive criticism is welcome, but scapegoating an entire arm of government for failures that cut across the executive is both disingenuous and dangerous for our country. The president needs, going forward, to do proper investigations. He said he gets information from NIS and DCI. He needs to do proper investigations before he can condemn the entire House. But again, sometimes we have to tell those who call us names that they need to look in the mirror. Kenyans know that the temple of corruption is actually State House. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Lel Mengit.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I would also want to echo my sentiments on this case. Honorable Speaker, first, I would like to apologize to this Honorable House. Because a few years, Honorable Speaker, when I was in the university, I used to call the members here pigs. I was among those people who call the honorable members pigs because of the notion and the negativity out there, Honorable Speaker. Now, Honorable Speaker, I sit in this position as a member of Parliament, and now the ball is on my court. Honorable Speaker, I have realized that there is an enormous task bestowed to these honorable members, all the way as representatives, legislators, and oversighting responsibility. Honorable Speaker, I want to state this categorically, that even on the issues of NGCDF, as part of the representative duty that we do as honorable members, we cannot find substantive projects across the constituency or in the county governments that have been done by the county governments. Honorable Speaker, it's in my entire ward, Kilibwani ward constituency, I cannot find any single project that was done by the county governments. Only projects that have been done through the NGCDF money can be appreciated by the people out there. Honorable Speaker, I want to mention this, that even in the case whereby in the future we might have a elected president similar to the, I don't want to mention names, but the president who will be giving resources basing on the shareholding basis, probably other counties and other regions of this country will be discriminated. So, Honorable Speaker, I want to mention and also to echo that this is an honorable House. We do our work perfectly, and we uphold our duty and integrity as members of Parliament. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Donald Watch. I see on the screen, or you are not? Okay, Millie.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. Mr. Speaker, if there is one person I admire is Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. And the reason I admire Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga is because he's a person who stands on principle. And even if he's the only man standing, he will remain standing on principle. Mr. Speaker, I have learned from the best. And that is why I stand on principle like the person I admire, Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, and urge my party leader to listen to the ground on NGCDF. Mr. Speaker, I also want to urge my party leader that there is one thing I've admired about him, which is equality and fairness. Mr. Speaker, what is coming out of this House is that he's looking at governors more favorably than he's looking at members of parliament, which is Senate and National Assembly. We are all your children. Look at all of us favorably. Mr. Speaker, I want to speak to, should I one day be unfortunate to be the president, because it's not a happy occasion to be president, but should I be unhappy to be president of this republic? One thing I cannot take for granted, if I got that opportunity, is the support of parliament. If you are a president, do not take for granted the support of parliament. If in doubt, ask Honorable Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Mr. Speaker, finally, on corruption, there's demand and there's supply side. We have had, and we keep hearing a lot on supposed or alleged demand. As a governance expert, tell us the supply side. If you are serious about dealing with corruption that is bedeviling this country, let us look at demand and the supply side. And as a Christian, Mr. Speaker, I want to remind us that I was taught a song. Kila mtu atauchukua mzigo wake mwenyewe, na kila mtu atapewa habari zake mwenyewe mbele za Mungu, siku hiyo itakuja. Individual responsibility.
Thank you. Honorable Rindikiri Murwitania.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Order, honorable members.
I want to
One may think that Millie is out of order. The reason I've allowed her is I've treated it as a quote in a speech. Anything beyond that should have been out of order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I associate myself with the sentiment expressed by the chairman of JILAC. Mr. Speaker, in other forums, I am the president of Democracy and Good Governance in the International Conference of the Great Lake Region. Mr. Speaker, democracy dictates that we express ourselves anyhow. But good governance is a responsibility of each one of us. Mr. Speaker, the executive has a responsibility. The legislature, we have a responsibility. The judiciary has a responsibility. Mr. Speaker, we are equal partners. We are not lesser of the responsibility that we have been given. Mr. Speaker, the advantage of the executive can be good, can also be bad. Mr. Speaker, the last parliament and many majority members who are in the last parliament, we know we were called names. We were called collapse. This is not a new thing. The last regime, the past regime, called the members of this parliament collapse. Actually, bad names were used against us. Mr. Speaker, now we are being called collapse. Each person, if we are to apply the principles of good governance, we must exercise what these principles are. One, the rule of law. The rule of law dictates that when something is wrong, the law takes precedence. Mr. Speaker, I want to imagine that the president knows this, and I'm sure he knows. Let him subject all of us who have been found to be culpable of being corrupt to the rule of law. It's as simple as that. Mr. Speaker, transparency is very key in leadership. Mr. Speaker, we cannot be all accused en masse without giving evidence. Mr. Speaker, the executive need to be held accountable, to become clear, to become transparent on what he is talking about, members of parliament being corrupt. Mr. Speaker, the presidency is private to intelligent information, and nothing prevents him from proclaiming the people that have been found to be corrupt. Mr. Speaker, I want to disassociate myself with the fact that this parliament is corrupt.
Mbeyu.
Asante Mheshimiwa Spika. Mheshimiwa Spika, mimi nahuzunika sana. Haya maneno yalitokea kwa viongozi wetu wakuu jana, ni jambo la kusikitisha. Na hasa nikisikia upande wa kuondolewa pesa za NGCDF na ni pamoja na ngafu. Tufikirie sisi kama wabunge, majina tumepewa. Lakini hawa wabunge hawana shida kama wale wananchi wetu waliweza kutupigia kura pale. Wale wananchi wanategemea NGCDF, wanategemea ngafu, watoto wao wasome, watoto wao waende chuo kikuu, miradi ifanywe, shule zijengwe. Na mheshimu sana Baba Raila Amolo Odinga. Lakini kwa hili atufikirie sisi, na mimi wakilifi, wale wa mama wajane, walioamka saa 10 kwenda kupiga kura ya Mbeyu, machungwa 6. Wataniuliza mimi niwaambie nini? Siwezi kulipa fee, niko na mradi wa full scholarship. Watoto maskini wanategemea hizi pesa walipiwe fee. Sisi ndo tunaenda kuteseka, Mheshimiwa Spika. Mbali na ile kejeli yote ya kupewa haya majina, ni wale watoto maskini wa Kenya wanategemea pesa za NGCDF kujikimu pale mashinani. Tutawajibu nini? Sisi tutawaambia nini? Tunataka kurudi na hakuna pesa za kuwasaidia. Tutatetea vipi? Kura inakuja, bado miaka 2. Ngafu haiko. Kama zile pesa mabilioni yanaenda kwa counties na hakuna alama pale, health status mbaya, ya education imeshindikana, ile ya ECD, mambo ya maji shida. Wakilimbikiziwa hizi pesa kama zile ndogo zimeshindikana pale kwa counties, wakiongezwa za NGCDF maeneo bunge 7, 8 na ile ya Nairobi iliyo na maeneo bunge mengi, wataweza vipi kutuonyesha kazi inafanyika? Alafu sisi tutakuja hapa, Mheshimiwa Spika, tuwe flower girls sisi women rep na wale wa mama wengine kunywa chai tu, tutakuwa tuko kibaruani. Lakini yule mtoto wa maskini wa Kenya atafanya nini? Atapiga kura vipi? Apigie nini? Na tumaini gani? Lazima viongozi wetu wafikirie, ni kesho kutwa tu wataitisha kura, hatutaweza kujisaidia, hatutaweza kutetea mtu. Mbeyu nitajitetea mimi na watu wangu maskini. Asante Mheshimiwa Spika.
Omboko Milemba.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I think this is a very great opportunity from the President and the Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga to call out Parliament. And this is a great opportunity for the 13th Parliament to take this opportunity to actually deal with the elephant of corruption. You don't underrate when Raila Amolo Odinga stands up and says something. You don't underrate when President Ruto rises up to say something. And therefore, the way we deal with this matter will be very important, and the 13th Parliament has been given this opportunity. If we deal with it in a manner of only lamenting or threatening other organs and moving away from it, we shall lose it. The correct way to deal with this matter is to dissect it squarely, the way the chair did put it. That we establish a commission, we establish a parliamentary committee, we establish within our own standing orders a unit that will investigate this matter to the very end. Remember, the person who spoke to this, who is the President, has intelligence, and I hear, though I did not attend the meeting, that he did indicate that he gets this raw intelligence. And then this would roll out to every other sector, including the executive and other players. If there's anything that Kenyans are crying of, is corruption. And if we are being mentioned of this wholesomely, we have to dissect it squarely and then move to the other players within the executive. Are you aware that there could be executive members who could go to the President and pick money, say they're taking that money to Parliament, and they come here, they don't give money, and that thing could be going on? This could be a bigger scheme which this House can now take and look into the details. For instance, Parliament has been standing with the executive. How much money did you receive when you did pass the housing bill? How much money did you receive when you passed SHA? How much money did you receive when you did deal with finance bill? And many other bills that we have dealt with. So we need to deal with these things squarely. There are many other issues that we do pass here. And if we go that direction, we shall save the Kenyans. We shall actually start dealing with the elephant of corruption, beginning with this House, and then rolling it out. I am also sad that there's unconstitutional statements that are being pronounced very quickly. Look at this. We need to defend the Constitution and the independence of this House. When you talk about the lack of Senate's role in counties, mark that. It needs to be dealt with by this House. When you talk about CDF, I don't want to belabor on this one because it has been thoroughly flogged. But look at this. There's another one flowing down ourselves, that we need to devolve education. Look at what health is happening. And it also came from the two leaders. I think it was Raila Amolo Odinga that we devolve education. Health is dead. We are now speaking of devolving education to the counties. We shall not have education. So this is a very good opportunity. But look at this. Independence of the House